welcome to our free training on the easiest way to create lasting relationships with those wedding planners you've been dreaming about. I hope you have a pen and paper because this series is full of takeaways you can use today. Whether you're a photographer, videographer, florist, or stationery artist, this free training will help you transition into booking and working the weddings you've always dreamed about by creating genuine relationships and serving your people well. In the 10 years I have been in the wedding industry, I've seen a lot of people complain about how their market can't sustain a higher price point or that certain planners have their industry circle and won't work outside of that circle. These two scenarios share something in common. They're both limiting mindsets. So here's the secret to booking $100,000 weddings. You have to win over planners before they even have a client that they will refer to you. Something that I have not shared before is that I've physically moved my business 5 times over the course of my career, and every time I've still been able to create relationships with high-end planners within a few months of moving. That's not luck, that's a proven system. This video is the first in a series of 3 videos where I'll be teaching you how to prepare for moving up in the industry. Your number 1 asset will be effective communication. It doesn't matter if you're the best photographer in the world, you need to be able to create and maintain strong relationships within the industry, and that first starts with a healthy mindset. The goal of this video is to show you the critical knowledge you need to win over a planner. Having a planner refer you to their best weddings requires a connection with that planner. At this wedding caliber, the planner is more your client than the bride and groom are. So let's get started. The first thing we need to do is get really clear about what kinds of weddings we want to be working on. So here's an exercise for you. I want you to write down what your dream wedding and clients look like 3 years from now. What is their budget? How do the clients act? Is it a local or destination event? How much will you be paid for your services? Is it a certain venue? Is it private estate? Now, I want you to write down 1 to 5 wedding planners that produce those events. Planners that you want to be working with in 3 to 5 years. So go ahead and pause the video right here and go do that exercise. That was fun, right? All right, now that we have a better understanding of our dream wedding and dream planner, it's time to make it a reality. Are you ready for this? Okay, so this week, I am challenging you to reach out to one of those planners that you just wrote down on that list. And I imagine a lot of you are freaking out right now and saying things like, Aislinn, they would never speak to me, or Aislinn, what do I even say to them? Guys, it's okay. I've got you, I promise. Reaching out to one planner could be as simple as reacting to their Instagram story this week. Here's my secret weapon to getting planners to notice you. Follow, connect, coffee, connect. I promise it works if you're genuine, patient, and trying to connect with the people who align with both your brand and your vision. Let's go through this step by step. Step number 1, follow. If there is a planner you want to work with, go follow them on their social media. All of their social media, not just Instagram, not just Facebook. Step number 2, connect. Start interacting genuinely with their Instagram stories, feed content, blog content, YouTube content. Don't do all of these things at once and don't introduce yourself yet. This is a shallow interaction because you can't just jump into a deep relationship with someone. It just doesn't work like that. Remember that first impressions are everything, and most of first impressions happen on social media now. Step number 3, coffee. Okay, so you follow the planner, you've interacted with them consistently, at least once a week minimum. You probably actually already have some planners in this stage. Well, now it's time to create a deeper relationship with them. Ask them to a virtual coffee date. You can swipe my script here. Hey Sarah, I've been wanting to connect with you and hear more about your business. Would you be open to a virtual coffee date? I'd love to hear about what's going on in your world and what you're dreaming about for the next year. Let them get back to you and then give them 2 to 3 dates that you're available over the next couple weeks or so. Step number 4, connect. Your coffee date should primarily focus on the planner and you're gonna wanna keep it positive. Here's a couple things you can ask them. How they're feeling about where their business is currently. You can ask them what they wish other vendors would do to make their job easier. And here's a tip. You're gonna wanna jot down 1 to 5 connecting points that you guys have. So for example, you might both be building a house, you might have kids, you might vacation in the same city. At the end of the coffee date, thank them and let them know how much you enjoyed your time together. So you might be asking yourself right now, what if this planner doesn't have a client for me right now? Y'all, there are some relationships that I've been nurturing with planners for over 3 years. Just because they don't have a client for you this week doesn't mean the relationship isn't worth pursuing. In fact, if you're looking at it from the perspective of I'm only doing this connecting thing so that they can refer clients to me, you're using that planner, and you need to think long and hard about that. Now, one important thing to note after the coffee date is that you need to stay top of mind with this planner. Remember those 1 to 5 connecting points I told you to write down during the coffee date? Those are going to come in handy because you're going to be writing a short letter to your new planner bestie. Make sure you include at least 2 connecting points and let them know how excited you are to continue this blossoming relationship. So some of you may be saying, but Aislinn, I've done so much for planners. Why aren't they booking with me? Well, there's more to it than just having a coffee date with them and giving them a random gift. In the next video in this series, I'll discuss what business documents you need to have available to send to that planner. Guys, this is really important because you need to leave that planner with the feeling that working with you will serve both them and their client well. The last thing that we're going to cover today is how to be gracious without being smothering. Your value is not in what candle you can give to that planner or how many free shoots you can do for them. I'm going to repeat that. Your value is not in what candle you can give to a planner or how many free shoots you can do for them. You need to get really honest with yourself about the types of relationships you want to have in your business. Do you want planners to refer you because you're an amazing fit for them and their clients? Or do you want planners to forget about you after the candle is gone? Right now, I want to talk a little bit more about you. What is stopping you from reaching out to a planner that you really want to work with? And what would it look and feel like to work with them? Send me an email answering these questions or scroll down and leave a comment for me. After you've done that, go schedule a coffee date, virtual or in person, with a planner that you aspire to collaborate with. So if you liked this video and you found it useful, I would love it if you would share it with your vendor friends. And if you haven't signed up for my newsletter yet, there's a link below.